What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a Heart's Desire reading for the sign of Libra. Okay, Libra, you guys are first this week on the zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully, you guys are starting the new year off right. We had your dream catcher read yesterday if you did not catch it. And so, really liked your energy and where you're at right now, Libra. So, I feel like you guys have done well in cleansing your energy over into the new year. So, if you're not familiar, we're going to start with 3 cards. One from the top, which is your present energy, okay? One from the bottom, which is your past energy, and then one energetically from the middle, which is your future energy, okay? And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck for the overall outcome, okay? So let's see what we have going on for you guys. So we have the 9 of Wands, okay, for present energy. Past energy is the Ace of Pentacles, okay. And then future energy is the Hanged Woman, okay. So again, I have to really commend you guys, okay, because of the fact, again, I feel as though with this spread just off the top feels more so of kind of like reflection, if you will, okay, and kind of only making room for things that are definite, okay, no more false hope or false truths, okay. And kind of seeing things from, a different perspective, if you will, okay? Just from this spread alone, all right? So present energy, like I said, is with this 9 of Wands, okay? Blocking out something, okay? On the defense, okay, if you will, Libra, okay? And I think it's primarily because, again, it's like a no nonsense type zone with you guys, okay? It's either it is or it isn't, okay? That's the vibe that I feel, is it is or it isn't, okay? And so whatever isn't gets blocked, okay? And it's probably, if it's in reference to any interpersonal connections, it's more so in the sense of they have to, pass a certain test, if you will, when it comes to you, people in general, or just, making, good judgment calls. Okay, let's move on to this past energy with this Ace of Pentacles. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. Now, this being here is usually is talking about some form of an offer on the table. Okay, now either you made an offer or wanted to make an offer to someone and it didn't go the way that you wanted to, okay, or is a situation of a possibility of some kind of offer on the table, but things being unclear, okay. But in the past, it could have been you, maybe offering too much too fast, okay, or vice versa, okay, or expecting something, okay, or wanting something really badly, but not, like I said, something not working out the way that you wanted it to, okay. So kind of maybe doing some reflection on things of the past, on maybe how you could have did things differently, and how to kind of put that into perspective for your future energy, okay? Because we have the Hanged Woman, which is like the Hanged Man, okay? Basically looking at things from a different perspective in the future, okay? So maybe not being so quick to, be overzealous or think irrationally, if you will, when it comes to certain offers. Okay. Like I said, having high hopes and then being disappointed. Okay. Um, I don't think it was your reading. It might have been Leo's reading that we kind of talked about that a little bit. So you could have Leo in your chart. Okay. Usually, like I said, during the first week, week ones, um, and sometime in week three also, it's like some of the signs kind of coincide with each other. So definitely check your birth chart out and see um, what placements mean the most to you, and you can get a more well-rounded reading if you go and watch that placement. Okay, so let's see what's at the bottom of the deck for the overall outcome. Is the Princess of Cups. Okay, Princess of Cups. I feel like with this Princess of Cups at the bottom, like I said, it's water energy here. And so you will probably, again, be a little bit more reserved in, what you say or what you share with someone in regards to a relationship or a connection, work, whether it be in reference to like work life, however it suits you. Okay, is to be a little bit more reserved, waiting until things are truly final before you really get your hopes up. Okay, and so you're going to keep a lot of things close to the vest. Okay, not really sharing too much, only sharing a little bit at a time until someone else shares with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your clarifiers here with the Muse. Okay, so we're going to go one from the top for the present energy, one from the bottom for the past energy, and then one energetically from the middle. I feel like we're going to go here with it. One energetically from the middle for the future, and then we'll look at the bottom of the deck to see what clarifies the Princess of Cups for the overall outcome. Okay, so we have the Eight of Voices, which is the Eight of Swords. Okay, then we have the Muse of Emotions for the Ace of Pentacles in the past. Okay, which would be Muse of Cups. And then we have the 10 of Inspiration for the Hanged Woman in the future placement, which is 10 of Wands. Okay, so it's kind of opposite in a way of Wands coming out towards the end, but then you have Swords on Wands energy. Okay, so 8 of Swords with the 9 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like this being here like this, okay, you have a decrease from 9 to 8, but a difference in element, which is going from fire to air. Okay, when you go to Swords energy, that's air energy, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Okay, so you could have one of those in your chart. It's just an honorable mention. You don't have to in regards to a connection to any of those signs. But I do feel as though with the Eight of Swords, it's usually talking about feeling stuck in a sense, okay, presently, all right? And you could feel like that, Libra, where you feel like you're just stuck between maybe a rock and a hard place in certain things. Prime example, let's say you want another job, you're not happy where you are, and you want to go somewhere else. The thing is that you have to pretty much be patient in the sense of you're not going to do something irrational like quit your job and not have a backup plan, right? So, you have to exude patience, okay, because it's a process. You have to fill out applications. You got to wait for them to actually call you in regards to an interview. And then from the interview, you got to hope you ace the interview that warrants either a second interview or a call of a job offer, okay? And so that's just an example, okay? But nonetheless, it's like some stuck energy here with this Eight of Voices, okay? Where your hands are kind of tied, all right? So maybe you, again, like I said, either you are blocking something or you feel like you're blocked from doing something that you want to do, okay? Because someone is keeping you stuck in a particular energy that you can't get out of, okay? It could be a contract, okay? Something contractual where you can't get out of it, but there's always a loophole to something, okay? So, by all means, maybe, again, be patient, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt to do your research, okay? If that's the case for some of you, okay? It's not going to be for everybody. Take what resonates, okay? So, let's go into the past energy, okay? You have Ace of Pentacles with the Muse of Emotions, which is the Muse of Cups, okay? Emotions is cups in this deck, okay? And so you have two people kind of sipping from a cup here, okay? Whenever the Muse, these are like minor arcana in this deck, and so they're both sipping from a cup. Water is pouring from their heart space, and there is a starfish, and there's a boat up underneath, okay? And the waves are kind of black and white. You have fish that are around them. It's very aquatic, of course, talking about emotions. So I feel as though your emotions, it almost reminds me of Gemini in a sense, even though Gemini is not a water sign, but it's in a sense of your emotions may be two-sided or were two-sided in the past in regards to a particular offer that was on the table or hopes of an offer, okay? Like I said, feelings being involved, okay? And so, like I said, hopes getting, too high about something. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, if you want something to come to fruition, you have to move in tandem with that said manifestation, okay? So if you want a promotion, if you will, you're going to start moving in the sense of you deserve a promotion. You're going to earn that promotion. So you're going to do, extra things. You're going to learn a new skill set to make yourself a little bit more marketable, to show that you are someone who, requires a higher salary or whatever the case may be, okay? If you are interested in having a long-term relationship, what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to actually start putting yourself out there to start dating and things of that nature, okay? But whatever it is that maybe happened in the past has you stuck right now in your present, okay? But nonetheless, that's what I feel like was going on in this past. Like I said, high hopes for something of an offer, or thinking an offer was on the table and it possibly fell through, okay? Or maybe it came through, but it came with some contingencies that make you feel stuck and have blocked you from being able to move forward, okay? So let's move forward to the future placement of energy, which is the Hanged Woman with the 10 of Inspiration, which is the 10 of Wands. Now, with the 10 of Wands, it's usually with regular tarot. It's a person carrying wands on their back, okay? Which means having heavy burdens, okay? And as you can see here, this woman has a vase, okay? And then there's like duplicate versions. Well, not duplicate versions. There's like actual like bulls up underneath her, kind of carrying these vases with her, okay? And so, but there's, some kind of essence coming out of the vase, okay? And so she's wearing a black cloak. The bulls are kind of like, or oxen, if you will, are black and white as well, okay? So, she has the help of these oxen to help her. However, she does have a continuous heavy load to bear, okay? And so, but still finding a way to press on, all right? And so, like I said, with that being said, with the burdens and looking at things maybe from a different perspective of not looking at them as burdens, but looking at them as learning, teaching moments, lessons, okay, that you've learned, okay, finding a way over obstacles, okay, because this woman, again, has these 10 vases that are here, she found a way to get them across the desert. She's walking through a desert with these oxen that are helping her with these vases, okay? Whereas in the regular 10 of Wands, there is no help. You're by yourself, okay? And so there's always a way around something, okay? And so you find that eventually, okay? So that's what I see in the future energy, all right? So that being said, let's get into the bottom of the deck, which is Four of Emotions, which is Four of Cups, okay, with the Princess of Cups, all right. You do have the Tower underneath that, okay. So I feel like with these three kind of in tandem with each other, Four of Cups meeting more water energy with the Princess of Cups, is kind of holding out in a sense, okay. So if someone ends up kind of like approaching you with an offer or with some set emotions, okay, you probably are going to be very reserved, okay. This just seems like these two together are kind of expressing or confirming, like I said before, being very reserved, holding back, because regular Four of Cups, you usually see someone handing someone a cup and they're kind of, reluctant to take the cup. And there's three other cups there, okay? And so it could be a situation of maybe you're in the dating scene now, possibly, okay, until you get that special someone or offer on the table, and someone from your past may come up, okay, trying to give you that offer, okay. And so it will be up to you whether or not to take it, or possibly take your time and be very reserved with them before you jump into something long term, okay. So with that being said, let's get into what's to come with a final decision, okay. We're going to go through the Hearts Oracle here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, and we're going to look at the bottom of the deck and then read your message from the book. 3 shuffles, and then we cut the deck by 3s. Okay. But very, I don't feel any real negative energy. I feel like it's a more, like I said, reserved, maybe melancholy type of vibe with you guys right now, which is actually a good change of pace. Okay, Libras. So at the bottom of the deck, we have Heal. Okay, Heal. One of the ones that I think came up a lot during last year of me doing these readings, 17 being the number, okay. As you can see, this person is standing here, a beam of light to the heart space and below, with chains being broken, okay. And it is obviously time for you to heal from something, Libra, okay. It's time to heal from the past. It's time to cut that loose, okay, because it's obviously kind of hindering you from being able to move forward, okay. If you are refusing to heal, something that I wrote, I think it was supposed to be part of a poem, but it was just, a saying that came to my mind years ago. Fighting with fate just means our past have won, okay. So whatever fate has in store for you, fighting with it and trying to avoid it and evading it, if you will, just means your past has won, okay. The hurt and pain that you have endured in your past, keeping you from moving forward to what is actually supposed to be yours, okay. So let's go into the book here so that way we can read your message. 63. Okay. And I like this deck because there is some affirmations, okay. You do have feeling alone up underneath, okay, so you may feel like that momentarily. um, but it's all a part of the process. Okay. Um, you're never alone. Okay. So, you have friends, you have family, that you can kind of reach out to, um, just as a distraction, okay? But it's also take the time to do exactly this, heal, okay? And become a bigger and better person from it, okay? Use this hanged woman energy to see how you can do things differently to avoid reliving the past again. Okay, so it says heal, forgive, offer, receive, serenity, hope, and inspiration. Okay, are your keywords. A peaceful healing energy surrounds you right now. This is an ideal time to bring healing to your relationships and realize your hopes and dreams. This card could be presenting itself to ask you, isn't it time for forgiveness? Okay. Understand that no human being can ever be perfect. By accepting this, you're in a position to forgive yourself and those with whom you're involved. Forgive freely and without reservations, as blame and resentment are heavy weights to bear. By forgiving, you'll feel a weight lifted from your shoulders and become enveloped by deep serenity. You'll also give the gift of serenity to the other person. Don't just offer forgiveness, also offer your love and thoughtful insight. Open, non judgmental dialogues with others, sharing what you've learned and how you've grown. By doing so, you'll be encouraging others to practice forgiveness. With hope for the future, relationships can blossom. Please know, too, that by forgiving yourself and embracing a hopeful spirit, you also invite new relationships into your life. At the same time, be willing to receive the blessings that others have to offer you. Be open to their insights and guidance. Listen objectively to what others have to say and act upon that guidance if it feels right for you. Be receptive to divine inspiration as well. It surrounds you at this time. Heal yourself, heal your relationships, and be at peace. Your affirmation is I offer and accept healing in my relationships, and I am at peace. Your archetype here is the star energy. Okay, star energy is Aquarius. Okay, so kind of tap into that energy of healing within, and letting it exude out into your relationships that are around you, so that way you can bring in new energy. Okay, so we're now going to go into the power of surrender, which is pretty much your last message of support. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these for you guys by threes. And then we'll cut by threes. This deck does not have a book with it. However, the messages on here are pretty clear. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to go to the bottom of the deck for you guys to see what your final message is. And it says surrender to receiving support and love. Okay, surrender to receiving support and love. So kind of reiterating that healing. Okay, allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. Thus this 10 of inspiration. Okay, this can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Okay, allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Okay, so you have love and support around you. Okay, just, open yourself up enough to let it in. Okay, and kind of distract yourself, from what's been plaguing you and making you feel like you're stuck. Okay, and sometimes a little bit of a distraction helps, versus kind of staying in a shell. Okay, so with that being said, Libras, that's all that I have for you guys today. We have 2 more readings this week, so until then, peace.